For number 4, A is going to be equal to -2, B is going to be equal to 8, and C is going to be equal to -6. Because that A is negative, it's going to open down, and there's going to be a maximum, and then I can find my axis of symmetry. So x is equal to -b, which is 8, over 2a, which is -2. So -8 divided by -4 is +2. So my axis of symmetry is x equals 2. So I can go to 2 on my axis of symmetry. For part D, I'm going to find the vertex. Part C, I found the axis of symmetry, and part D, I'm going to find the vertex. It's when I substitute 2 into the equation, so be very careful. And again, this is 7th grade math here. We should all know how to do that. Substitute it in, order of operations, do the exponents first. 2 squared is 4. Then the multiplication, so -8 plus 16. So then 8 minus 6 is +2. So my vertex is +2, +2, which goes in my table. So I put my vertex in the center part of my table. I can never get the eraser. So I put my vertex in the center part of the table. We're trying to erase all that and get... Sorry, the vertex goes in the middle. So now I am going to find my x-intercepts. So I should have graphed the point 2, 2. It's on my axis of symmetry. And that's the vertex. And the parabola is going to open down. To find the x-intercepts, I take the equation and I solve the equation. Whenever I solve an equation, I always have to take out the GCF. In this case, it's -2. So then I factor it. Factors of 3 that add to -4. We get x is 3 and x is equal to 1. That means there's 2 points, 3, 0 and 1, 0. Again, because you're going to have your notes in front of you when you're taking these quizzes and tests, you are going to have to write these ordered pairs and not just write x equals. So our zeros are 3, 0 and 1, 0. And again, if one is 1 away from the axis of symmetry, the other one has to be 1 away from the axis of symmetry. For part F, my y-intercepts, it's always 0c. So in this equation, c is -6. So it's 0, -6. It's 2 away from the axis of symmetry, and we can go here. So then to fill in the table, I go up by 1 and down by 1. So then I'm going to substitute in 3 first. So I get -2 times 3 squared plus 8 times 3 minus 6. Order of operations, -2 times 9. We can do plus 24. So it's -18 plus 24, which is 0. Then substitute in the next number, and I get -6, which means that this is 0, and then -6. Then I'm going to look to my graph and see if I can plot that. Well, 0, -6 is already plotted. 1, 0 is already plotted. 2, 2 is already plotted. 3, 0 is already plotted. And then the last one is already plotted. So they're all actually already plotted by finding out the other stuff. And that looks like a really sloppy parabola. Just pretend it looks nice. So last one together. A, it's not the hard, I think this is probably one of the easier ones, but I just want to show you that A is +1, B is +6, and C is 0. Sometimes you might have B as 0. If it was like x squared plus 5, B would be 0. So B or C could be 0. Since A is positive, this opens up and it's going to have a minimum. My axis of symmetry, x is equal to -b over 2a, which is -6. Which means the x value of my vertex is going to be -6. The x value of the vertex is always the axis of symmetry. Then for part D, the vertex, it's when x is -6. So it's -6 in parentheses squared plus 6 times -6. So it's 36 minus 36, which is 0. Oops. I got a notification. Sorry, totally just realized that 6 divided by 2 is not 6, it is 0. So we're going to erase this. I'm sorry, it should be 3. Sorry about that. So we should get that -6 divided by 2 is -3. So then we put -3 in there, and -3 squared is 9 minus 18 is -9. So the vertex is -3, -9. So again, whenever you have your axis of symmetry, the x value is always equal to the x value of the vertex. So we get -3, -9, which we have to erase this one. So -3, -9 is that point there. Then the x-intercepts. So my x-intercepts are next, and that's when the equation is equal to 0. So x squared plus 6x is equal to 0. I take out an x, so x is equal to 0, and x is equal to -6. Easiest type of factoring. So my two zeros are 0, 0, and -6, 0. If one is 3 away, the other one has to be 3 away. The y-intercept, again, is when x is 0, so I just get 0, 0, which makes sense because it's already plotted there on the graph. It's also an x-intercept. So I need to fill in my t-chart. -3 is in the middle, so -2 goes up and then goes down. If I substitute in the numbers, I get out -8 and -4. You can verify that by yourself. If you have any problems with that easy stuff, make sure that you let me know. So -5, -4 is here, -3, -8, -2, -3, -9, I'm sorry, -4, -8, -2, -8, and then -1, -4 is plotted. So we can connect all that. Again, if you have any problems with any part of this, make sure that you ask me. I can either really quick upload a video for you to help with a certain part, or we can do a Zoom or a Google Meet or whatever you need to help you through the problem. Don't just sit there and think like, oh, I don't know how she got this number. Make sure you come to me and you ask me. I don't know if you're struggling, especially because I can't see your faces in front of me and it's really hard for me. All right. Have a great day, and you will listen to another lesson on Monday. Yay.